Good Thursday morning. Let me organize my stand here, get my stuff where I need it to be so I can see my list. Yes, I did up my list of what I was going to talk about. Bunch of stuff. Well, not a bunch of stuff. Um, and what I'm going to be crocheting today, or at this moment anyway. I made a holder for plastic bags. Just a simple crochet. Use a hair rubber band. Boing, boing, boing. Oh, did I say good morning from Mama Wench? No, I didn't. I am slipping this morning, ain't I? Oh, geez, where'd that southern accent come from? Mama hasn't had enough coffee yet. But anyway, I am making another one for in my kitchen. I've got one in my bathroom for to hold bags for my wastebasket in the bathroom. But I need one in the kitchen too. So I decided to take a little break from the stuffy project I've got going on to work on that. Yes. Let me turn this around. I know at this point it looks backwards to me. And it was probably hard to read, but it says, the more people I meet, the more I love my dog. I've made no bones, no secret, no hidden facts that I'm an introvert. Big time introvert. Sorry about that. I don't like going out. I don't like crowds. I'm very much a homebody. I'm content to sit in my camper here, do my crocheting, make my videos, make my projects, contemplate my takeover of YouTube. Yeah, like that'll ever happen. Um, as I mentioned in another, actually, I'm going to get to a very something first. Um, things that may affect what I record, how I record, where I record, what I say. Discovered last night, not through personal experience, but through someone else, that there are very scary aspects of being a content creator. And honestly, it's a little daunting, definitely scary. Um, I'm enjoying this adventure, so I don't want to quit it. I won't quit it. I'm enjoying it too much. And I'm meeting new people, even online, which is fine, and making new friends. So that will be a behind the scenes things. That's nothing that's going to affect any of my videos, but and no, I'm not going to answer any questions as to what happened, who it happened to, why it happened, where it happened. I'm just not going to do that. So that's a heads up first off. Okay, now on to the better things. Well, first not so better thing. My poor baby dog took a fall on my camper stairs last night. But we let her out, and she now Mila is 5 years old. And she does not pay attention to where she's going, what she's doing, or really anything. If she's excited or wants to be somewhere, she just charges full steam. Well, she did one of those last night after going potty and came charging for the stairs to get into the camper. If you know camper stairs at all, they are not the best setup. I've been worried for myself, and has my bestie been worried for me that I was going to fall going down or up them. But she took a pretty bad fall. It looked pretty bad anyway. She got twisted up and fell off the side of the step onto the concrete pad. Got up, shook herself off, kind of looked around a little bit, then very gingerly came up the stairs and into the camper. I did give her a full go over. There was no blood. She didn't wince anywhere that I touched. And I checked her again when I went to bed and checked her again when I got up this morning. So she's fine. No boo-boos. I mean, she may be a little owie, but there's no cuts, no bruises that I can see, nothing broken, so that's all good. So, okay, what next? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Am, blah, blah, am discovering uh lefties. People that are lefties who crochet. Uh, at first, you don't think there's a lot of us, but there are more of us than we think. We're just hiding, looking to grow in numbers, I think. Yes, I am a left-hander. I do crochet left-handed. I couldn't even begin to learn to crochet right-handed. I'm very, very left hand oriented. My sister now is ambidextrous. I used to hate playing tennis with her. Go to hit her a backhand for a backhand, she just switch her racket to the other hand and hit it a forehand. But a lot of my learning to crochet was sitting across from my grandmother, facing her. She was a right-hander. Did I even say good morning? I'm brain dead. I swear, I am brain dead this morning. Um, anyway, I learned to crochet sitting facing my grandmother, who was a righty, and copying her movements with both crocheting and knitting. I can do bare bones basic knitting, but I prefer crocheting. So I've had some people tell me I look like I'm crocheting backwards. I'm not. It's just how it may appear. Now, my mother, on the other hand, oh my goodness, that woman. She is also a righty, taught herself to crochet left-handed so she could teach my sister and I. If my sister does some crocheting, not to the extent I do, but my mother taught herself how to crochet left-handed so she could teach us. And it's funny, but when I watch tutorials, I tend to watch the right-handed tutorials, not the left-handed tutorials. For those creators that offer both left and right-handed tutorials. I don't know why. 62 years old, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, I guess you can sometimes. Depends on how stubborn that old dog is, I guess. I'm pretty stubborn. Ask my mom, she'll tell you. Ask my bestie, she'll tell you. Um, but for writing, now I'm a left-hander, and I get a kick out of it because 9 times out of 10, you go into any place that you need to sign something, and they turn the paper just a little bit and push it towards you. A lot of left-handers write like this. You end up with ink on your hand, smudging your writing. My mom taught me, of course, I don't remember if it was during my period. I think it was before my era that they would really try to push left-handers to be right, that being a left-hander was bad or whatever, that only right was right. But my mom taught me to turn my paper like this. So I write towards myself. And that also means that my penmanship doesn't have the normal tilt of a left-hander. Just a minute. I gotta put you on pause. Miss Mila's requesting attention. Give me just a second. Find the button. Okay, I'm back. It was only a second for you guys. It was a little bit longer for me. Baby girl had to go out and she wanted to eat. So, got her fed. She's been potty again. Oh, I need a sip of my coffee. So, where was I? Lefties and righties and writing, and of my 2 kids, my son is a lefty, my daughter is a righty. I'm honestly not sure how my son holds his paper. I I'm just not something I ever really thought of or paid attention to till I thought of it now. It happens. So, but yeah, I am very, very left dominant. There's very, very little that I can even attempt to do with my right hand. And there are some things that I'm just set. I need to have, and I've got a small stand here with my coffee cup on it and stuff. I got to pick it up with my left hand. It's odd for me. I've got a stand over here on my right side too. Got my pen things there and odds and ends little stuff. But my drinks, my my remote for my TV has got to be on my left side where I can more easily grab it for me, I guess. It's just one of those weird things, I guess. Yes, I'm working with a dark crochet thread on a dark hair tie, trying to get my first round of double crochets put on. This is just a very simple create that I have made multiple times for different people. And like I said, I got one in my bathroom, and I will now have one in my kitchen. They work up easy, work up quick. If there's an interest, I can probably do a tutorial on it once I get my uh, setup in place. Um, Let me think. What else? My bestie is still finding it humorous when I say I won't buy any yarn next month. I can't. I can't afford it. Um, I've got to put the means into storing stuff here in the camper, which means cubes, those cube setup things, so I can store my yarn, and the plastic bags to store the acrylics. I'll have to figure something out for the natural fibers, because I've heard you shouldn't store wool, cotton, that type of stuff. You shouldn't store those in plastic, especially if they're going to be there for a long time. So I don't want to use plastic bag for that stuff. Hopefully once I get my yarn all organized, I can get all the totes out of the house, out of the camper, with the exception of the one tote that I crammed my polyfill for my stuffies. Uh, except for that tote. I don't keep that tote near me. I've got one of my little Walmart bags, cloth bags, and I fill it with stuffing, polyfill, whatever you want to call it. And when it's not in use, I tie the bag up, toss it down beside my chair, right within reach, there when I need it. When I need to refill it, I go over and braid the bag. Stupid me. It'd been decades since I bought polyfill, and my mind just could not comprehend. Oh, how much stuffing are you going to use for a project? I used to make doll pillows where it was the half body doll and the dress was a pillow. Um, Silly me, ordered from Walmart two 20-pound boxes of polyfill. Well, one bag is still over to the bestie's house in what was my room over there for when I first moved here, and the other bag is over here. Well, most of the polyfill is still in the bag with a tote that has been filled with polyfill. Now, I did bring in another tote, so I might see if I can cram the rest of that polyfill into that tote. Um, hmm, guess I know what I might be doing later, or in a bit. Um, Need to see if I can fix the footstool that I broke by sitting on it. Yeah, cheap little footstool. It's not meant to hold a person my size. I, I won't explain why I was sitting on it. Oh, jeez. Mama's brain just doesn't always work at times when I'm trying to do something or figure something out. But, yeah, I just, I'm a klutz. I always have been. Have been for years. Ever since I was in school, which was a long time ago. Um, I think I've mentioned one other time that I'm starting to write some patterns. And I'm debating, should I offer the patterns? Some of them for free. Um, Others that are a little more complex or a little more intermediate level and up. I consider myself not an expert crocheter by any stretch. Um, I'm not a beginner by any stretch either. There are some things that are new to me, but it doesn't take me long to figure them out. Um, I've been told on one of my patterns that I should sell it. Well, I need to find somebody to read the pattern for me first. I want them to read through it, make sure it makes sense, make sure I've included everything I need to include. Then have someone test the pattern. So, and that's all a process. It all takes time. It does. And as I'm new to it, then it will happen when it happens. It I'm not going to push it. I can't rush it. I got I got all the time in the world. I'm retired. Well, I'm disabled and retired. They uh, started my retirement with my last birthday, which was welcome. I've been on disability for quite a few years now. I won't bore you with those details. Uh, but this last fall, my birthday's in October, and I got notice that they were starting my Social Security. I'm only 62. So I didn't know if it would start now or if I'd have to pursue that. Well, they started my Social Security, so that's all good. And but I'm retired. I'm an introvert, so I like to be home most of the time. I'll go over to the main house or Bestie's house across the yard. Um, Otherwise, I'm content to be home. I sit here in my chair and crochet. I'm very, very inactive, which is not healthy, I know. Trust me, I know. But I just my some of my physical limitations, and I know a lot of people would say, "Oh, that's an excuse." In some cases it's not. My physical limitations limit what I'm able to do. Even walking across the yard to the main house can be very, very difficult for me. So, but I have no idea where I was going with this. Mama's rambling. I'm sorry for that. So on that note, I guess I will end this video and I will get back to work on my plastic bag holder. Get that glare off my off my glasses lens hair. How's that? um, don't know what it's going to be like today. It's a little gray out right now. Of course, it's 8:30 here Central Time, so it should have made up its mind whether it's going to be cloudy or not. And right now, I think it's going to be cloudy. Don't know if we'll get rain or what. I hope not, but if we do, we do. So, all right, there. Have yourself a fantastic day. Um, Enjoy it. Stay warm. Stay cool. Stay dry. Stay wet. Whichever you prefer. Maybe you're a mermaid. Are you a mermaid? I can't see you, so I don't know. Any questions you need, or any questions, I leave it to my own discretion whether I answer them or not. Any questions? Leave them in the comments down below. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload new videos, when I do lives. I am thinking of trying another live next Tuesday evening, so that will be the 23rd. I'm going to go ahead and get it set up ahead of time. So it's not going to be a pop-up visit like my one the other night was. But if Tuesday evenings work, I'll go with Tuesday evenings. So Tuesday evening, not sure time yet. I'll figure that out. But next Tuesday, the 23rd, April 23rd, today's April 18th. I'll try to go live next Tuesday. So, everybody have a great day. Hugs and smooches from Mama Wench. Love y'all.